will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Hey, it's the Good Greek Spiro, and when it's time for your next move, trust the brand the Miami Marlins trust. The Good Greek, as the National Mover of the Year and Florida's most preferred, Good Greek will make your move a home run every time. Whether it's across town or across the country, trust America's best mover to get you there safely. Schedule your move today at goodgreek.com. The official mover of your Miami Marlins and National Mover of the Year, Good Greek.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Really good win for the Miami Marlins, and for the first time this year, they shut out their opponent in back-to-back games. Back-to-back shutout wins against the St. Louis Cardinals. It was 2-0 the final score on Wednesday night at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Jack McMullen here guiding you through the 10th Inning Show. It was not the first time this year that St. Louis has been shut out in back-to-back home games. The Chicago Cubs did that to them earlier this year, but it was the Miami Marlins that did it this go-around. And it started with the starting pitcher both nights. Sandy Alcantara went 5 scoreless innings against the team that he debuted with all the way back in 2017. Sandy Alcantara did that last night, and Cal Quantrill did it tonight. Cal, 5 scoreless innings. He came in with a lifetime ERA against the Cardinals in his career at 0.56. That was 1 run in 16 innings. Now make it 1 run in 21 innings of work. Cal Quantrill against the Cardinals. He has their number big time. Cal was excellent. He made the big pitches when he needed to. And the run production came on 1 swing. It was Jesus Sanchez with a 2-run shot in the third, but the story today, pitching and defense. Tyler Phillips went 2 1/3 scoreless out of the bullpen. Phillips was outstanding. Ronnie Enriquez got the final 2 outs of the 8th, and then Calvin Fauché worked a 1-2-3 9th with a punch out for his 10th save on the year. Again, defense, the name of the game today. Graham Pauley was amazing at third base. Otto Lopez, excellent at short, and so was Xavier Edwards. And Steven Strom was standing by with X after this one.
X, how did your team put an exclamation point on this road trip tonight?
Great pitching from Cal, Philly, Ronnie, and Foch. 9-0, tough to do. I did a great job yesterday and today. Give us a chance to win the ball game. Big swing from Sanchi in the 4th or 5th. And, that's the difference, man. Small margins.
What was your vantage from that Graham Pauley play at third base?
Hell of a play. He's locked down at third. Reined to his right, going foul ground. Don't look like a grenade to first base and getting the out. Hell of a play from Pauley.
15-10 now for this month of July. Where have you seen the most growth, and how would you evaluate this month for your team?
I think we just kind of cleaned up our style of play. A lot less mistakes. Pitching has been great. A lot of timely hits. A little bit more slug. And, we're just playing clean ball, not really making mistakes on defense, getting the outs when we can, and getting the extra outs when we can, and, just minimizing, really.
You pumped to go back home to face the Yanks?
I'm excited for tomorrow off day, first and foremost, and kind of get the body ready for a weekend series in Miami.
Thanks for the time, X.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Boys are playing ball, and it has been really fun to watch. Xavier Edwards got a front row seat to Cal Quantrill shoving today, and Graham Pauley's exceptional play at third base. He mentioned 9 scoreless is tough to do in the major leagues. Try 19 consecutive scoreless innings fired by Marlins pitching. When we come back, a listen to the highlights. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. Wait, he was ready to do some damage. 1-2. Johnston swings. He rips one through the right side. That's the first major league knock. Welcome to the big leagues, Troy Johnston. 636 games in the minor leagues. And on the 5th pitch he sees in the major leagues, he has his first hits. That baseball makes its way over to the third base dugout, and that is going somewhere special for him. Month-old daughter Tatum are in attendance 0-1. That one hit high in the air, out to right and deep. Walker is back at the track, and it's gone. The first home run as a Marlin for Graham Pauley. It comes in his 39th game. Graham Pauley, 103 off the bat, 384 feet into the Cardinal bullpen in right. And the Marlins open scoring in the second. It's 2-0 Fish. 2-1. That one hit in the air, out to right center field and deep. Sanoja and Sanchez converging. That one is caught. Sanoja went straight back, and then he took a sharp turn left, and he made the grab sliding. Javier Sanoja with a really nice play in center. That one looped into right center field. That is in for a base hit. That'll score Stowers from second base. Otto Lopez with a one-hopper to the right fielder Jordan Walker. Stowers comes in to score, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the top of the fifth. It was cool, yeah. 1-2. That one sprayed down the line. Tough play for Walker. He's working back. On the track, it's over his head, and it short hops off the wall. Myers chugging in. He will score from first base, and it's a pinch hit RBI double for Wag Attack. 4-0 Fish in the top of the sixth.
I've done that here again in the sixth.
First pitch here to Xavier Edwards. That one slapped down the right field line. Tough play for Walker again. It's beyond his reach, and that gets into the corner in right. 10th inning show rolls on, and let's take a listen to the highlights here. It was a 2-0 win for the Marlins over the Cardinals, and you would think, oh, only runs came on one swing. We might have two highlights, right? Wrong. Pitching and defense, that was the name of the game today. But we'll play you the only offensive highlight in this one. Jesus Sanchez opened scoring in the top of the third. 1-0 pitch. Jesus Sanchez rips one high in the air, out to center and deep. Scott is back at the track, and it's gone. That thing went flying off the bat of Jesus Sanchez. And on Michaelis's 40th pitch, the Marlins strike first. 2-run homer for Sanchez, number 10 on the year. And 439 feet later, it's 2-0 Marlins in the top of the third. It takes two to tango. You have the run production on one side. You need run prevention on the other, and Cal Quantrill did just that. He got into a bit of a hairy situation to end his night, but he made a huge pitch in the fifth when he needed to. 2-2. That one a bouncing ball over to second. X has got it. He lofts it to first. It's caught by Johnston, and that ends the inning. A fired-up Quantrill off the hill, and he strands the bases loaded. Surgical through 4, and he digs deep to get through 5 scoreless. Again, he stranded the bases loaded in the final line on Quantrill. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, but 3 punch-outs. And the big one, no runs in his 5 innings worth of work. Tyler Phillips came on for a clean 6th inning, and he got a big double play ball off the bat of Wilson Contreras. 1-2. That one a bouncing ball over the mound. The second baseman X has got it. He flips to Otto for 1. On to first in time for the double play. Smart of Tyler Phillips not to touch that baseball. Turned into a tailor-made DP. X to Otto to Johnston. There are 2 men gone. The base is empty. And Nolan Arenado struck out looking to end the 6th inning. To open the bottom of the 7th, Joel Pozo hit a ground ball to the backhand of the third baseman Pauley. He might have made the play of the year for the Marlins on the infield. To see if Pozo went around, but he did go on a check swing. That a bouncing ball to the backhand of Pauley. Makes a nice grab. Fires across the diamond. It is in time to get Pozo. He reached full extension to his backhand. He went into foul ground down the third base line, and Graham Pauley fired with all of his weight, working towards the wall down the left field line. He got just enough mustard on that to beat Pozo by a half step. A tremendous play. Shades of Arenado and shades of Machado. There's 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. An amazing, amazing play from Graham Pauley, and he has been great defensively for the Marlins this year. Ronnie Enriquez came on, and he got into a sticky situation. He walked the first guy he saw with 1 man out in the 8th, but with 2 men on and just 1 man gone, he dotted when he needed to against Wilson Contreras. Ronnie's 1-2 to Contreras. Is dotted. Wow. 97 on the lower inside corner. A called third strike. Contreras smirks as he walks towards the Cardinal dugout, but that was perfect. And Enriquez, after striking out Contreras, got Nolan Arenado to strike out swinging to end the 8th. In the bottom of the 9th, more defensive gems, this time from the shortstop, Otto Lopez. Pitch number 9. A hot shot up the gut. Diving stop by Lopez. Gets to his feet. Fires to first. It's picked out by Wagaman. And the head first dive from Pozo was not in time. Another ridiculous play, taking a base knock away from Joel Pozo. Wow. In the 7th, it was Graham Pauley ranging into foul ground. And that time it was Otto Lopez spearing a ball on a dive to his forehand, taking it from center field, and Wagaman plucked it on the hop. Nice pick by Wags, but a ridiculous play from Otto Lopez, and there's one away in the bottom of the 9th. So Otto with a gem to open the bottom of the 9th. Calvin Fauché got Jordan Walker to strike out on a middle fastball looking as out number 2, and that was all she wrote after he got Thomas Saggese to line up. Next pitch. Saggese loops into right field. That's no problem for Sanchez. He's underneath. He makes the catch. Calvin Fauché spins a 1-2-3 ninth to get the save, and the Marlins get the series win. They shut out the Cardinals for the second night in a row, and for the first time since 2017, the Fish have won 5 consecutive series. In Baltimore, Kansas City, San Diego, in Milwaukee, and here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. The final score on Wednesday night, the Marlins 2, the Cardinals 0. And that's how this one sounded. When we come back, we'll hear from a happy skipper in Clayton McCullough. 10th inning show continues next after a 2-0 win for the Fish on the Marlins Radio Network. 1-2, Durbin goes again, but that one is a called third strike. 96 painted on the inside corner. And the Miami Marlins come to Milwaukee and take a series from the best team in the National League. It's the first time the Brewers have lost back-to-back games since July 2nd and 3rd. And these Fish ride the long ball, and a sterling relief appearance from Tyler Phillips to another victory. Your Miami Marlins get the win over the Brewers at American Family Field in Milwaukee, 7-4 on Saturday night.
Right now in Kyle Stowers.
Woodruff seeing Kyle, first pitch. He's swinging away. He loops one beyond the outstretched glove of the shortstop Ortiz. It's dribbling into left for a base hit, and that is an RBI knock. X comes in to score from third. You don't have to hit it hard. It feels like he always does, but that's 73 miles an hour off the end of the bat. A little looper evaded the shortstop Ortiz, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the first. It'll start, but that is what Brandon Woodruff has done through his first 4 turns as a Brewer this year. And Hernandez rips one high in the air out to right. That's carrying pretty well. Collins is back at the track. It kept on going, and it's gone. Big Bird come again. Second homer of the weekend. And Heriberto Hernandez drills his 5th on the year. 2-1 Fish in the top of the 4th for Ronnie. Runner at second, nobody out. And the 0-2 to Contreras. Here's a hard roller over to the shortstop. Lopez, he'll go to third. Chourio tried it. Winkler got the tag down, and they cut down Jackson Chourio. The all-time no-no. You never run to third base on a ground ball to your right, and Chourio was caught. 6-5 on the put. 10th inning show rolls on with the Marlins getting the win over St. Louis. 2-0 the final score on Wednesday at Busch Stadium. Surely a happy skipper. Let's hear from Marlins manager Clayton McCullough after this one.
Clayton, back-to-back shutouts. How did you put the cherry on top of an impressive road trip?
Yeah, I mean, we really threw the ball outstanding last 2 nights. Tonight, I think Cal was as crisp, probably his stuff, as he's been all year. I mean, get him to 97 there at the end. And, that's Phillips tonight doing what he did. Ronnie coming in and getting out of the 8th, and then Fauché in the 9th. And I think, too, like Paulie's defense, he made some great plays. Otto, that last play in the 9th with the Wagaman pick. So it took, you do have to pitch well, but also the guys behind you making plays, and they did that.
How did Cal find a groove early?
I mean, again, like if you could tell, like right away the first couple innings, Cal's been going on a good run now for a while, but it just seemed like there was a little more behind the pitches. They were a little crisper. I mean, they weren't taking good swings off of him early on, and proud of Cal, getting out of that big jam, in the fifth. Good for him, and he really threw the ball great tonight.
Why were you confident that he could get out of that jam in that fifth inning?
I think to me, like he was throwing the ball so well, and the crispness, and that like he still had enough in the tank there to go get out of that. And Cal was the one, he went out there and he got it done.
What was the advantage for Graham Pauley's play at third base?
Yeah, I mean, he's ranging, well towards the line, and off balance throw, kind of a fadeaway, falling. And somebody asked this morning about Machado and his time spent around him. I don't know if it was quite Machado, but it was close. Machado makes that type of play with regularity.
This month, recapping 15 and 10, the pitching strides made, the hitting. Just what are you most proud of, and what do you think the team showed?
I'm most proud of our ability to respond. I think that is something that as the year's gone along, that within games, within series, we bounce back from whatever happens, and a really good sign this series with losing the last one in Milwaukee, not playing very well the first game here, to come back and put back-to-back shutouts and do a lot of little things very well. Again, speaks to that, and to win that number of games and continue to do that is required. We've pitched outstanding. We really have thrown the ball great. That's probably the number one thing. And along that, our defense, I think for the most part, has backed those guys up with making the plays they should, and on top of some outstanding plays. And so to me, the pitching and defense have been great here for a good stretch.
You've talked so much about how obviously they still have room to grow, room to improve. Like, how much better can this group, if they were to stay together? 15 and 10 in a month. Last month was winning record as well, best record in baseball for the last month and a half.
I think we still have a lot of room to get better. It's still with they're learning how to win games. They've been fighters all season long, terrific competitors. I think when they get in these moments where games get a little hot and they get tight, they just are in the moment for the next play, the next pitch. And we've seen somebody just said a minute ago, we get 13 pitchers we use for an entire month, which is incredible. And so it took all of them in a lot of variety of spots too. They take the ball and they go pound the strike zone and collect outs. And I think as a group, we're going to always feel like we have areas to get better in.
Clayton, the catching position sometimes is like the offensive line. You only talk about them when they screw up. But for Gus tonight to catch his first shutout, what did you see from him particularly?
Yeah, Gus, first time I think catching Cal, at least certainly in a while, and they were in sync. They were in sync together. That carried on with the rest of the guys behind him, and we know there's going to be growing pains. But when you think about that position, all the nuance that's involved, all that's on your plate, and we also asked Gus to hit in the middle of the order. Gus is trending, and Gus is going to only continue to get better because he wants to catch and he has the ability to do that. So he pushed some great buttons tonight. Getting the pitchers through it, had a couple good blocks. Gus is like the rest of them. We're going to have moments where things happen, but it's just the ability to just bounce back from it and keep moving on.
Is confidence something you can see, feel, and if so, is that starting to grow with this group too?
I think this group has had a lot of confidence in their ability since we left spring training, and we just didn't play very well for the better part of the first 6 weeks or so of the season. And it was as much cleaning up some areas that are going to give you the chance to win. But I think the entire time we felt like we had a lot of talent in our clubhouse. And as the season has gone along and we've started to play a much crisper, a much sounder brand of baseball, the wins have followed. And, in turn, you start to win some of those close games that you maybe lose earlier on. You learn from those and understand that you're only as good as the next moment you're in. And right now they believe that we can go out and, play with anyone.
Can't forget to bring up Sanchi. He's home run the difference, just what he's looked like.
Yeah, it was great. The opposite field double, the homer to center, good for Sanchi. Scuffling a little bit coming out of the All-Star break, but still, Sanchi is a big part of our offense, and he has the ability to change the scoreboard. He's He's a
That's how the Marlins manager Clayton McCullough sounded after this 2-0 win for the Marlins over the St. Louis Cardinals. When we come back, we tie a bow on this thing. 10th Inning Show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
0-2. Sinoha lines that one into left center field. Collins on the move. Collins overran it, and it rolls right by him in left center. Myers comes in to score. Sinoha trying for 3. Relay going to third. Plucked out by Durbin, and he gets the tag on Javi. 1-1 our score between the Marlins and the Brewers. And Augustine smashes the ball out to right and deep. Frelick is back at the track. He's looking up, and it's gone. Augustine Ramirez in opposite field shots. Homer number 15 on his season. He just missed a homer by inches yesterday, and he gets it back today. 2-1 Marlins in the top of the 4th. 3-1 from Quintana. He's swinging away, and he drills it out to left center field. Collins is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. Big bird into the Brewer bullpen. Heriberto Hernandez with a 3-run shot, and the Marlins answer back like they always do. Blistered off the bat, 112 miles an hour, and it's 5-3 Fish in the 5th.
For the third base. Put the ball in play here.
3-2. Dane swings, lifts one high in the air, out to left center and deep. Collins is back. That's bullpen bound again. It went beyond it. Dane Myers, 428 feet out to left center, and that has to feel so good for him. You were clamoring for insurance, and you got it. 1-2, Durbin goes again, but that one is a called third strike. 96 painted on the inside corner.
Financial services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Tying a bow on the 10th Inning Show, 2-0 win for the Marlins. They are now 52-55. The Cardinals back to 500 for the first time since early May. They are 55-55. Cal Quantrill, the starter in winter, he went 5 scoreless, and an off day for the Fish tomorrow. They are back in action for a 3-game set with the New York Yankees beginning on Friday at Lone Depot Park. The Lone Dome, as Clayton McCullough calls it. 7:10 first pitch on Friday. No announced starters just yet, but it'll be 7:10 on Friday, 4:10 on Saturday, and then 1:40 on Sunday. Marlins on Deck begins at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, but enjoy your off day. Fish will, and they are hot. 5 consecutive series victories. Thank you to Carlos Picari in studio. For Steven Strom, for Gabby Sanchez, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long for Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Final score today, the Marlins 2, the Cardinals 0. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
Here are the top Drake songs